What if the Ten Commandments were written today? In our world of constant connection, digital footprints, and global challenges, how would these ancient moral laws translate? Let's embark on a journey to rediscover these foundational principles, not as dusty relics of the past, but as a living guide for our complex, modern lives. We'll explore how timeless wisdom can illuminate our path in the 21st century. First, you shall have no other gods before me. In an age of endless distractions, what are our modern idols? Perhaps it's the relentless pursuit of wealth, the hunger for social media validation, or the blind faith we place in technology or political ideologies. This commandment asks us to look inward and identify what truly sits on the throne of our hearts. Is it something that brings us genuine purpose and connection, or is it a fleeting substitute that leaves us feeling empty? It's a call to prioritize our ultimate values, to ensure that our primary allegiance is to what is truly good, just, and meaningful, rather than the temporary gods of our era. Second, you shall not make for yourself an image. This isn't just about statues. Today, this commandment speaks directly to our curated online personas and the flawless images we project. We craft digital idols of ourselves, filtered, edited, and perfected for public consumption. This ancient rule warns against worshipping these false representations, both of others and of ourselves. It challenges us to embrace authenticity, to value the messy, imperfect, and genuine reality of human life over the glossy, manufactured highlight reels we see on our screens. It's a call to be real in a world that often rewards illusion. Third, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. In our time, this extends beyond casual profanity. Think about how we use powerful words and ideals. It's about not invoking concepts like justice, freedom, or truth to justify our own selfish agendas, spread misinformation, or incite hatred. It's a profound call for integrity in our speech. When we weaponize sacred or noble language for personal gain or to manipulate others, we are misusing its power. This commandment demands that our words align with our actions and that we treat powerful ideas with the respect they deserve. Fourth, remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. In our 24/7 hustle culture, this is more radical than ever. The modern Sabbath isn't just about one day of religious observance. It's the revolutionary act of unplugging. It's about intentionally setting aside time for rest, reflection, and connection, away from emails, notifications, and the endless pressure to be productive. It's a commandment for mental and spiritual well-being, a prescription against burnout. It reminds us that our worth isn't measured by our output, and that true holiness can be found in stillness and rejuvenation. Fifth, honor your father and your mother. This principle expands to honoring our roots, our heritage, and the generations that came before us. In a globalized world, it means learning from the wisdom of our elders and respecting the traditions that shaped us, even as we forge our own paths. It's also about caring for an aging population, ensuring they live with dignity and respect. It's a bridge between the past and the future, a reminder that we are part of a long, continuous story, and we have a responsibility to those who wrote the earlier chapters. Sixth, you shall not murder. This is the most straightforward, yet its modern implications are vast. It's not just about the physical act. It includes the character assassinations we commit online with rumors and gossip. It's about the slow-motion violence of neglect, pollution, and systemic injustice that cuts lives short. It's about dehumanizing others with our words, stripping them of their dignity until they are just an other to be dismissed or destroyed. This commandment calls us to be protectors of life in all its forms, to fight against the forces that devalue and destroy human beings, whether quickly or slowly. Seventh, you shall not commit adultery. Beyond the literal act, this is a commandment about loyalty and commitment in all our relationships. In an age of fleeting connections and ghosting, this is a call for emotional fidelity. It's about being honest and present with the people we've made promises to, whether they are romantic partners, friends, or business associates. It's a stand against the disposable nature of modern relationships, urging us to cultivate trust, honor our commitments, and communicate with integrity instead of seeking easy exits. Eighth, you shall not steal. This isn't just about shoplifting. In the digital age, stealing takes new forms. It's pirating software and creative work, undermining the livelihoods of artists and innovators. It's exploiting workers with unfair wages. It's plagiarism and intellectual theft. It's the elaborate financial schemes that rob people of their life savings. This commandment is a foundational principle for a just economy and a fair society. It demands that we respect the property, labor, and creative genius of others, ensuring everyone gets what they are rightfully due. Ninth, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Welcome to the era of fake news and digital disinformation. This commandment is a powerful indictment of spreading lies, whether it's a malicious rumor on social media or a large-scale disinformation campaign. It's about our responsibility to seek and share the truth. It challenges us to be critical thinkers, to verify information before we share it, and to refuse to participate in the destruction of someone's reputation for clicks or political gain. It's a call to be agents of truth in a world drowning in falsehoods. Finally, the 10th commandment, you shall not covet. This strikes at the very heart of our consumer-driven, comparison-obsessed culture. Social media is an engine of coveting, constantly showing us what others have, their vacations, their homes, their bodies, their success. This commandment is a powerful call for contentment. It's not about suppressing ambition, it's about finding gratitude for what we have, rather than being in a perpetual state of longing for what we don't. It's the ultimate key to inner peace, freeing us from the endless, exhausting cycle of wanting more. So, from digital honesty to mental well-being, from environmental stewardship to social justice, these ancient laws are not outdated. They are a timeless mirror, reflecting our modern struggles and offering a path toward a more ethical, meaningful, and connected existence. They challenge us to live with intention, integrity, and love in a world that desperately needs all three. Thank you for watching. If this reflection resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into timeless wisdom. Have you ever wondered if ancient wisdom can still guide us in our hyper-connected, fast-paced world? Thousands of years ago, a set of principles was laid down, not just as rules, but as a framework for a just and compassionate society. These are the 10 Commandments. But what would they look like if they were written today? How would they address our modern dilemmas, from the digital world to our global responsibilities? Let's embark on a journey to rediscover these ancient laws, reinterpreting them for the 21st century. This isn't about rewriting scripture, but about finding timeless truths in our contemporary lives. First, you shall have no other gods before me. In an age of endless distraction, what are our modern idols? Perhaps it's the relentless pursuit of wealth, the hunger for social media validation, or the blind faith we place in technology or political ideologies. A modern interpretation might be, center your life on what is truly meaningful and of lasting value. This challenges us to look beyond fleeting trends and hollow pursuits, and to cultivate a deeper sense of purpose, whether that comes from faith, family, or a commitment to a greater good. It's about finding our true north in a world that constantly tries to pull us in 1,000 different directions. The second commandment warns against making idols. Today, we don't often carve statues of gold, but we create digital idols every day. We worship curated online personas, chase algorithmic approval, and mistake virtual success for real-world fulfillment. So, a modern version could be, do not let digital illusions or material possessions define your self-worth. It's a call to embrace our authentic selves, imperfections, and all. It reminds us that our value isn't measured in likes, shares, or the latest gadgets, but in our character, our kindness, and our real-world connections. We must learn to see the human behind the screen and value substance over spectacle. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. This is more than just about avoiding profanity. In a modern context, it speaks to integrity and the power of our words. How often do we use grand concepts like justice, freedom, or love to justify selfish actions or spread division? A contemporary take would be, speak with integrity and use your words to build up, not to tear down. This means aligning our speech with our actions, being mindful of the impact our words have online and offline, and refusing to weaponize sacred or noble ideas for personal gain. It's about fostering communication that is honest, respectful, and constructive. The fourth commandment is to remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. In our 24/7 hustle culture, this might be the most countercultural idea of all. Burnout is an epidemic. We are constantly connected, always on. The modern commandment could be, prioritize rest and mental well-being to recharge your body, mind, and spirit. This isn't about laziness, it's about strategic withdrawal. It's scheduling time to disconnect from our devices, to be present with loved ones, to engage in hobbies that bring us joy, and to simply be still. This intentional rest is essential, not just for our own health, but for our ability to contribute meaningfully to the world. Honor your father and your mother. This is about more than just obedience to our parents. It's about respecting the wisdom of our elders and acknowledging the debt we owe to the generations who came before us. In today's world, this extends to our shared heritage. A modern interpretation might be, respect your roots and learn from the wisdom of the past while building a better future. It's a call to bridge generational divides, to listen to the stories of our elders, and to appreciate the sacrifices made for the freedoms we enjoy. It also means passing on a legacy of which future generations can be proud. The sixth commandment is stark: you shall not murder. While this is a clear-cut law against taking a human life, its modern implications are far broader. We can destroy people with words, with cyberbullying, with systemic injustice, or with sheer indifference. A modern version could be, protect and dignify all human life, in your actions, your words, and your systems. This calls us to stand against violence in all its forms, to champion the vulnerable, to fight against dehumanizing rhetoric, and to recognize the sanctity of every individual. It's an active commitment to creating a culture of life and respect. You shall not commit adultery. At its core, this is about faithfulness and the sanctity of commitment. In an age of fleeting connections and disposable relationships, this principle is more relevant than ever. It extends beyond romantic partnerships to all our promises. A contemporary take would be fiercely loyal and trustworthy in all your relationships and commitments. It's about being a person of your word, whether in a marriage, a friendship, or a business contract. It means honoring the trust that others place in you and fostering relationships built on a foundation of honesty and unwavering support. You shall not steal. This seems straightforward, but theft in the 21st century takes many forms. It's not just about taking physical property. It's about intellectual property theft, digital piracy, exploiting workers for profit, or plundering our planet's natural resources for future generations. The modern commandment could be, practice radical honesty and be a responsible steward of all resources, both personal and planetary. This challenges us to act with fairness in our financial dealings, to respect creative and intellectual work, and to live sustainably, ensuring we don't steal a healthy planet from those who will come after us. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. In the age of misinformation and fake news, this has profound significance. Lies can spread across the globe in seconds, ruining reputations and inciting hatred. A modern version is, commit to truthfulness. Do not spread misinformation or engage in gossip, online or off. This is a call for digital citizenship. It means fact-checking before we share, refusing to participate in character assassination, and defending the truth even when it's unpopular. It's about building a community based on trust, not on slander and deceit. Finally, you shall not covet. This commandment cuts to the heart of our consumer-driven, comparison-obsessed culture. Social media feeds are engineered to make us want what others have, their lives, their possessions, their success. A modern interpretation would be, cultivate gratitude and find contentment in your own journey, rather than envying the lives of others. It's a powerful act of rebellion to be thankful for what you have. It means celebrating the success of others without feeling diminished, and focusing on your own growth and path. True wealth isn't having everything. It's being content with what you have. So, these ancient principles, when viewed through a modern lens, are not restrictive rules, but liberating guidelines. They offer a roadmap to a more ethical, compassionate, and meaningful life. They challenge us to live with integrity, to value people over possessions, to seek truth, and to cultivate gratitude. The world has changed, but the human heart, with its capacity for both great good and great harm, has not. Perhaps the most timeless wisdom is the one that calls us, again and again, to be better versions of ourselves. Thank you for watching.